In this video, we're going to explain everything you need to know to travel to California wine country. The most complete video you'll watch today about this destination, covering Napa Valley, Sonoma Valley, Mendocino, the best wineries, and the best tips. So let's get started. California wine country north of San Francisco is one of the most famous wine destinations in the world. But it's not all one thing. Napa Valley is the luxury, famous destination, the home of expensive Cabernet. Sonoma is its neighbor, more rustic, larger, more relaxed, and famous for its diversity, from Pinot Noir to Zinfandel. And Mendocino is the wild frontier, more remote, famous for organic wines and a spectacular coastline. But before we talk about the destinations, let's get to the most important logistics. When is the best time to visit wine country? This is the most important tip. The best time by far is the fall, from September to October. This is the harvest season. The region is vibrant, the vines are full, and the colors are beautiful, turning from green to yellow and red. The downside is that it's the most expensive and crowded time. Spring, from April to May, is the second best time. The hills are green and covered in yellow mustard flowers. Summer, from June to August, is high season, but it can be very hot, with temperatures passing 35 degrees Celsius, which makes wine tasting less pleasant. Winter, from November to March, is the low season. It's much cheaper, but it's cold, rainy, and the landscape is brown. And how many days to stay in wine country? The region is huge. The number one mistake is trying to see Napa and Sonoma in one day. To do a complete itinerary for Napa and Sonoma, the bare minimum we recommend is 4 full days. But to do it calmly and include Mendocino, the ideal is 7 to 10 days. With 7 days, you can stay 3 days in Napa, 3 days in Sonoma, and take 1 day to travel to Mendocino. Mandatory documentation for international travelers. To enter the United States, you will need 2 things. First, a valid passport, and second, a valid American visa, usually the B1 or B2 tourist visa. Visa-free entry is not permitted for many nationalities, so check your country's requirements. And about travel insurance. For the United States, travel insurance is not mandatory, but it is highly recommended. The cost of healthcare in the United States is one of the most expensive in the world. A simple emergency room visit or a broken leg can cost tens of thousands of dollars. We never travel to the US without one. We use a price comparator that always finds the insurance at half the price. We'll leave the link in the description. Now let's talk about transportation, how to get around wine country. To get there, the best way is to fly into San Francisco Airport, SFO. From there, you rent a car. The drive from San Francisco to the town of Napa takes about 1 hour and 30 minutes without traffic. You can also fly into the small Santa Rosa Airport, which is in the heart of Sonoma. To get around the region, renting a car is mandatory. There is no way to do this itinerary on public transport. The wineries are far apart. Warning: if you are drinking, do not drive. The tolerance is almost zero. The alternative is to hire a private driver or a van tour. This is expensive and can cost from $300 to $500 per day. The golden tip is, if you're in a couple or group, one of you must be the designated driver. For those renting, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. It's always much cheaper. We'll leave the link to the comparator we use in the description. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. Lodging here is very expensive. In Napa Valley, the most budget option is to stay in the town of Napa, in the south of the valley. The pro is that it's a larger city, with more hotel options and restaurants in all price ranges. The con is that you'll have to drive 30 minutes north every day to get to the famous wineries. The second option in Napa is Yountville. The pro is that it's the most luxurious and gastronomic village, home to the French Laundry. It's beautiful and walkable. The con is the price. It's one of the most expensive towns in California. The third option is St. Helena, or Calistoga. Calistoga is famous for its hot springs and rustic vibe. In Sonoma Valley, the best base by far is Healdsburg. The pro is that it's a charming, sophisticated town, with a beautiful central plaza full of restaurants, and it's perfectly located between 3 different wine valleys. The con is the price. A more historic option is the town of Sonoma, but it's further south. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region in each of these valleys. If you stay in Napa or Healdsburg, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code on the screen and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer, in the same location, but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The good hotels in Napa and Sonoma sell out many months in advance, especially during harvest. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper. International travel, eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all the attractions we mentioned, the good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, the car rental comparator which is essential for this trip, and the global account to carry dollars paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save this page to your favorites and use it when planning. It will make your trip much easier and save you a lot of money. Now, for the main regions and attractions. The first region is Napa Valley, the Valley of Luxury. The #1 attraction is Castello di Amorosa in Calistoga. What it is, an authentic 13th century Tuscan castle built by a wine millionaire. Why it's famous? It's a real castle with a moat, drawbridge, and torture chambers. Logistic, you need a car. It's at the far north end of the valley. It is essential to book your ticket online in advance. Price. The general admission ticket with wine tasting costs $60 per person. The second attraction is Domaine Chandon in Yountville. What it is, the sparkling wine house of the famous French brand, Moet and Chandon. Why it's famous? It's the best place to start the day, with a sparkling wine tasting on the terrace. Logistic. It's right at the entrance to Yountville. Easy to park. Price. A tasting flight starts at $50 per person. The third attraction is the Robert Mondavi Winery in Oakville. What it is, the historic winery that put Napa Valley on the world map in 1966. Why it's famous? For its iconic architecture and for pioneering Fumé Blanc wine. Logistic, it's on the main road, Highway 29. You must reserve a tasting. Price, tastings and tours start at $75. The second region is Sonoma Valley, the Rustic Valley. The fourth attraction is the Francis Ford Coppola Winery in Geyserville. What it is, the winery of the famous film director. Why it's famous? It's a theme park. It has a giant pool you can reserve, a restaurant, and a free museum with items from his movies, like the desk from The Godfather and the cars from Tucker. Logistic. It's about a 30-minute drive north of Healdsburg. You must make reservations. Price. Tastings start at $40. The fifth attraction is Sonoma Plaza. What it is, the historic square where California declared its independence from Mexico. Why it's famous? It's a beautiful plaza full of shops, restaurants, tasting rooms, and the last Spanish mission. Logistic. It's the southern base of Sonoma. It's perfect for walking. Price. Free. The sixth attraction is the Russian River Valley. What it is, the Sonoma subregion famous for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Why it's famous? For its beautiful landscape and more relaxed wineries. Logistic. Explore by car. A famous stop is Corbel Champagne Cellars. It's one of the few wineries still offering free or very cheap tastings. Price. Free at Corbel. The third region is Mendocino, the Wild Coast. The seventh attraction is Mendocino Headlands State Park. What it is, a state park with dramatic cliffs surrounding the village of Mendocino. Why it's famous? For the wild view of the Pacific Ocean, sea arches, and easy trails. Logistic. It's a 2-hour drive north of Sonoma. Park in the village and walk the trails. Price. Free. The eighth attraction is the Skunk Train. What it is, a historic train that leaves from Fort Bragg and goes through the Redwood Forest. Why it's famous? It's a unique way to see the giant trees. Logistic. You need to catch the train at the station in Fort Bragg, 20 minutes from Mendocino. Price. The short ride costs about $50 per person. The ninth attraction is the Anderson Valley. What it is, the valley you cross to get to Mendocino. Famous for organic and Pinot Noir wines. Why it's famous? It's home to incredible sparkling wine producers like Roederer Estate of the Crystal brand. Logistic. It's on Highway 128. Stop for a tasting. Price. A glass costs about $15. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive. And the most famous tourist spots, the winery tastings, require reservations. Almost no winery in Napa accepts walk-ins. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the video description to the site, where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Tickets for Castello di Amorosa, the Napa Wine Train Tour, and tickets for the Coppola Pool. All at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Let's talk shopping. The obvious purchase is wine. Buy directly from the wineries. For gourmet food, the mandatory stop in Napa is the Oxbow Public Market. For outlets, the Napa Premium Outlets is in the town of Napa. In Sonoma, the boutiques on the Healdsburg Plaza are famous. And the tax-free tip, There is no tax-free for tourists in the United States. You will pay the local sales tax, which in California is about 8 to 10%, on top of all prices. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps us a lot. Speaking of gastronomy, wine country is one of the best food destinations in the world. It's the home of farm-to-table cuisine. Yountville, in Napa, has the highest concentration of Michelin stars per capita in the world. For restaurant suggestions, starting with the cheap ones, in Yountville, go to Bouchon Bakery from Chef Thomas Keller. The line is long, but a croissant or a sandwich is relatively cheap. A coffee and a pastry cost about $15. For a mid-range experience, go to the Girl and the Fig on the Sonoma Plaza. It's a rustic French country classic. A dinner costs about $80 per person. For an expensive but not impossible experience, go to Auberge du Soleil in Napa. The restaurant has a Michelin star, and the view from the terrace is the most beautiful in the valley. A prix-fixe lunch costs about $100 per person. And for absolute luxury, the French Laundry in Yountville. 3 Michelin stars. The tasting menu costs over $350 per person, and you need to book months in advance. And how much does it cost to eat in wine country? It's a very expensive region. A full Big Mac combo costs about $12. A simple wine tasting costs $50 to $100 per person. A full dinner at a mid-range restaurant will be around $100 to $150 per person. And the tax? The California tax is high, around 8.5%, and the expected tip is 18 to 22%. What about nightlife? The nightlife in wine country is very, very quiet. It is not a party destination. Everything closes early, around 10 p.m. The evening program is focused on long, sophisticated dinners. The towns of Napa and Healdsburg are the liveliest, with bars that stay open a bit later. Traveling with kids? Honestly, this is not the best destination for children. The region is focused on adult wine tasting. But if you are with kids, some wineries are better than others. Castello di Amorosa is great because it's a castle. The Francis Ford Coppola Winery has a pool. And in Mendocino, the Skunk Train is a fun train ride. Combining your trip? This itinerary is the perfect combination with San Francisco. The most common logistic is to fly into San Francisco, spend 4 or 5 days in the city, and then rent a car and spend 4 or 5 days in wine country. You can also combine it with Highway 1. You can drive south from San Francisco to Big Sur and Carmel, or drive north up the coast to Mendocino. If you liked the video, like and subscribe to our channel to always travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.